This is on the anniversary of the 5-year war. Since the day we decided to invade Iraq, to show the Iraqi people, get rid of those weapons of mass destruction, freedom, all that shit. Well, what have we gained during that time? 4,000 dead troops, probably hundreds of thousands of dead Iraqis. We're no closer to peace today as we was 5 years ago, when Bush made that historic stand on the aircraft carrier and says, the American people no longer have any hostilities towards the Iraqi people. You're free. Bullshit. I heard a lot of people write to me and says, we need to stay the course. What course? There is no course. I've stated it many times on my own site that this is nothing more. Nothing but a 5-star cluster foul-up. That's why I'm glad to see Bush's poll numbers in the tank. Some people are finally waking up and smelling the coffee. Not a lot, but some. People are finally seeing the cost of this UN police action. And even now, troops ain't getting the respect they deserve. They're just like Vietnam again. I heard all the so-called, I focus more on the bad than the good. Okay, let's hit the good. Yeah, a child got saved, got hurt in the war, got a little surgery. There was a married couple, an Iraqi woman doctor married some serviceman. But other than that, I'd say no other good news. Oh yeah, but let's go with the so-called bad news. 4,000 dead troops for absolutely nothing. Recently, a contractor was found. Well, they found bits and pieces of them coming back through the mail. Now, who wants to do any work for those sand people? The problem is they're not willing to take care of themselves. Why should we? The so-called we need to stay the course. Well, how many ships like this going to have to be run aground before you finally realize that ship won't float on dry land? It's kind of funny. The American people are such idiots. They'll back a lying president. Even worse, when I seen the primaries, how so many people are, the reason they're supporting John McCain is to stay the course of the war. We can't admit defeat. We have to stay to victory. What victory? There's nothing to gain. I mean, it's not like that's going to be the next 52nd state. Iraq, oh yeah, we're also over there to keep Iran on their side and Syria on theirs. Well, the reason that's the case is because we blew their military infrastructure to hell. Right now, the insurgents are pretty much kicking our ass. See, it ain't like wars we've ever fought in the past. The enemy doesn't wear a uniform. You don't have the good guys wearing their uniform and the bad guys wearing their uniforms. Like it wasn't, the Germans wore their uniform and Americans wore theirs and British wore theirs and French wore theirs. It's no longer a uniform war. The enemy could be anybody. Could be the man you're talking to. Could be a woman, could be a child, could be a little retarded woman, like it was in those 2 retarded women that they placed in the middle of a crowd. Boom, one exploded. Everybody gathered around, including U.S. troops. Boom, another one was gone. Could be the same people, they wear everyday clothing that's accustomed to that area. They pick up a man wearing a camouflage suit. Military, one of our uniforms. Take them off and start cutting them up like a paper mache doll. And then I'm the one that's called, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm the one that's called traitor because I don't support this idiotic war. But it isn't no war. It's simply a UN police action. One day, the UN's finally going to get tired of it and say, U.S., get your ass out of Iraq. Let Iran take over. Hey, they got the big boys. They got 3 of the big boys on the Permanent Security Council. Who is it? China, Russia, and France. And you know what's going to happen then? Not a damn thing. They're simply going to win. When we finally realize there's nothing to win in this so-called war. Bush already declared peace going on probably by the end of this month, 5 years ago. Declared peace. Only thing we've been doing is being UN babysitters. But in this time, I'm glad to see Bush finally going below the lower 30s. Hopefully, you'll get somebody in there who makes sense, like Ron Paul. But if not, vote for George Carlton. He's the man. He don't give a shit about nothing. Well,